I don't know if you've noticed on our social media recently, but we have been posting a lot of testimonies from our girls. I think we're calling it In Her Words. And these are testimonies of girls that we have served over the last 10 years. 2023 is special for me because in January of 2013, 10 years ago, we saw our first client in the community-based services. This was prior to opening our home in 2014. But as I read these testimonies, I can remember these girls, and I remember them coming in and them having a lot of pain, a lot of shame, lacking trust and confidence in themselves, and watching them grow with us as we walk through this journey of pain and healing with them. And it just makes me smile that they sent in these testimonies reflecting on how important the Covering House was to them, not only during that time, but how they have used the skills that we have shared with them into their adult life. Recently, I got a message from one of our girls who she graduated 6 years ago, and she said, "Oh, Miss Dee Dee," she actually calls me Mama Dee. She said, "Mama Dee, I really wish I had listened to you more when I was there." She said, "I feel like I was being a little hard-headed and I just didn't listen as well as I should have." And I wanted to reassure her, first of all, she's doing very well, in which she is. And secondly, that's kind of the MO of most teenage kids at that point in time in their life. And so not to be too hard on herself because she's doing well. And today I actually got a message from our therapist, and one of the girls who left our program a few months ago wants to come back. And so we see this a lot, where girls that have been with us that may have graduated and would love to still come back, or girls that didn't graduate our program and for some reason had to leave our program, contacting us and saying, "Is there a possibility I can come back?" And I love that because they don't know sometimes how different we are than other residential homes until they've had to experience other residential homes. As we move into 2024, we're going to be able to expand our services because we're going to be getting into a new facility. Actually, it's a home. It doesn't feel like a facility. I'm excited about this because not only are we going to be able to help more kids, I'm hoping that we're going to be able to help kids that are younger, because we're seeing more and more kids being trafficked at a younger age. Right now in our community, we have a 6-year-old and an 8-year-old that we are providing therapy to. So I really want to be able to take a step back and look at the needs in our community and what kids we really need to help and serve more. I hope as we move forward, you continue to engage with us on social media, get our emails. I just wanted to be able to share a couple of stories with you that maybe didn't make it to social media. One was, and I remember this distinctly because I go once a month and do donuts with Dee Dee with the girls, and that's when I take donuts and we either watch a movie, we play a game, sometimes we engage in some deeper conversation. But to this day, I remember walking in the door and she came running and said, "Did you hear, Miss Dee Dee?" And I said, What has gone on?" And she said, "The man who was trafficking me was convicted and got 20 years. And I knew how important this was to her because it became not only a relief to her knowing that that her perpetrator was being punished justly for what he had done to her, but also the relief that it gave her, with the freedom that it gave her, that she didn't have to look over her shoulder thinking, "This man's gonna find me. If I get out, what's he gonna do? Will he hunt me down?" So she was able from that point on to walk in a freedom that we hadn't seen before after she knew the conviction had taken place. And so it's those small moments that sometimes don't make it into maybe a testimony or a bigger story that I remember because it impacted that child so strongly, knowing that she was safe. And I was so blessed to be able to share that moment with her and hear that from her lips, that she felt so good about where she was now and how she was going to be able to move forward. So as we enter 2024, I would love for you to follow us. If you are a supporter of ours, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. those of you who have supported us over 2023 and years prior to that, we cannot do this without you. You have made it possible for us to help these kids heal and become successful and confident and live a life of freedom and safety, because without you and your support and your resources, we couldn't do it. We couldn't do it. As a nonprofit, we are at the mercy of our donors, and our donors, you are the best. You have always stepped up. You have always helped us. So as we move into 2024, I want to say Happy New Year, and stay tuned, because I hope we get to post more updates about our new facility as well as what's going on with our clients. Thank you so much.